Good morning, everybody. It is 5 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning, December 27th. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah, I've been up for about 30 minutes. I don't know why. The crazy thing is, I'm not really that tired. Oh, good for me. But yeah, anyways, I've been thinking a little bit more about the Road to 600K challenge. Not challenge, but just the Road to 600K. I never really included the whole explanation in the last video, but because I clipped it out, I'll just do it really quick right now. My goal for 2025 is to generate $600,000 of revenue for the business Influx Labs, and I'm dividing this into 4 phases of the company based on my understanding of business and the different aspects of business. So phase 1 is marketing and really dialing in my marketing channels for the company and bringing in more leads. So assuming I can close about 50% of any new inquiry into a sale, phase 1 will be complete when I can generate $100,000 of RFQs, request for quotations, in a month. So that'll mark the end of phase 1. Phase 2 is sales. So now the goal with sales is to increase our close rate to 80%. That'll be phase 2 or minimum, because we want to keep generating leads with the system we developed in phase 1, but in phase 2, you want to become more efficient at closing them, right? Your marketing develops leads, your sales team closes leads into sales. And then finally, phase 3 is going to be operations. Now, about $50,000 of work a month is my max capacity for the shop. So phase 3 will be about scaling up operations to handle more volume of manufacturing, and also to develop systems to ensure 100% on-time completion and 0% out-of-spec parts delivered to the customer. And the final phase is going to be administration, which is just showing all of the other aspects of the business that will need to scale as the company scales in general. So, I don't know, maybe like website development, future projects, maybe HR, maybe accounting. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with all that because it's not important, right? And these are all done in terms of importance for the company. But that's going to be the road to 600K. That's just a brief explanation of the whole thing. Oh, shit. It's fucking early. I think what I'll do is eat something, make some chai, go to the gym. I'll do my prayer. Then I'll make some chai, then I'll go to the gym. So today's workout, I'll do another 2-mile run, but it'll be a little bit lighter, just more of a jog. around maybe like 8:45, 9-minute pace. And then I'm gonna do a bunch of deadlifts because I've been itching to do some deadlifts. Yeah. So workout plan for today. It's raining. So officially, now it's my 6th day making videos. 7th day will be Saturday, so I guess I can reflect a little bit on 1 week of content creation. All right, workout done. Okay, so I did a 2.25 mile jog because after the first quarter mile, to take a dump. So it doesn't count, right? But then 5 sets of 15 deadlifts. I had a couple more thoughts in my cold shower that I figured I'd just record. I feel like if you're gonna embark on any endeavor, it's a little bit like almost all the time, or almost all endeavors are like a cold shower. I mean, you could, in the days leading up to the endeavor, you could strategize. You could say, I'm gonna do this. This is my plan. This is my, for example, let's say you're gonna start a business and you're gonna be like, this is my logo. This is how I'm gonna do it. This is how I'm gonna market it. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get funding from this, and you're just planning, right? The same way. I mean, you could hype yourself up before the cold shower. You could be like, oh man, it's got all these benefits. You guys gotta do it. And if I do it and I do it consistently, I'm gonna become a better person. And at the end of the day, I stand there in front of the cold shower, and what separates the men from the pussies is the people that just step in. That just step in without thinking, unfazed, and just take that step. Because once you're in the cold water, what are you gonna do? Right? You're gonna step out like a pussy, or you're gonna finish. And then you realize the amount of pain and humiliation it would be to stop the cold shower midway, step out and dry yourself off and take a hot shower is more effort than just finishing the damn shower, right? And so how this relates to just any endeavor is, you just gotta fucking start something. People say they're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, they're gonna plan, they're gonna do this. At the end of the day, just fucking do it. I mean, I told myself, yeah, I just need to do some content. I had no idea what the hell to do, so I just picked up the phone and started recording, and then I just posted it. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna look. I don't know if people are gonna judge me, and I don't even care. But at the end of the day, I just started. When I started my business, I mean, I just freaking went to a trade show and just said, get your CNC machine parts from me, right? That's all I did. So just start. I mean, otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. And if you're watching this and you're too afraid, just know that taking that first step is not always as bad as it seems. I mean, it seems bad, you seem scared, you're thinking, what if it's gonna go wrong? Like when I'm facing that cold water, I tell to myself, fuck, man, I gotta do this again. And then I just realized, it's just cold water. Why am I being such a pussy, right? At the end of the day, just starting isn't going to kill you. Nothing bad's going to happen. You're going to learn something. And at the end of the day, you'll be less afraid to start something else. If you just start whatever you need to start. You want to run a marathon, enroll in a 5K and just run it. Or go to the gym and just run like 5 miles. Just go right now. Like, why do you even wait? If you're trying to prep for a marathon, just go right now and run 5 miles. Why are you going to plan everything out? Just fucking do it. Right? So, just start. Don't wait, just start. It's currently raining. I don't know if Tosimata needs much water, but just spray her anyway. Hello everybody, it's been a long day. Yeah, it's currently 5:42 p.m. So I thought about something I wanted to do for my most loyal customers, just to show my appreciation for them. Just a little bit of a New Year's gift to send them that doesn't take much effort. So I had some leftover brass from one order I did a long time ago. It's been sitting in the shop, and this looks really nice. Let me get an example of what it looks like. Let's see here, but this one's a little dirty, but I mean, it looks like gold. It looks really nice. So essentially, this is aluminum, right? And what we're gonna do is make a little nameplate for our most loyal customers. So I have about 20 different engineers I work with regularly from about 5 different companies that I want to show my appreciation to, the loyalty that they showed me by ordering all these parts, right? So that's the plan. So this is gonna be a nameplate, and I'll go ahead and show you right now. All right. So you can kind of see what the design will look like right here. Just something really simple. Basically that brass that we have, it's like this. We have a whole bunch of this leftover stock from this job right here. So we're gonna cut it up, and basically it's just gonna be a little bit of a end plate right here. And in the middle is just aluminum. And then it's gonna be the engineer's name, their company name, and then I'm thinking of a little tiny company logo right here. So I'm just gonna figure out how to do that. Basically, the attachment mechanism is just these dowel pins that press fit. Let's see if I can. And unhide these. All right, so you can see a little bit of a section view on how this thing mates together. So this is the brass piece. There's a little bit of clearance in between here and the nameplate. And then you see we have these 2 pins that will just basically press fit through the brass and then through the aluminum as well. Just something like that, so that these 2 are attached. And I think that should work. I mean, I've not really done it this type of press fit before, but I think it should be okay. But yeah, pretty stoked. So I'm gonna package it real nice, include a little bit of a card, and send that to my customer. I want to send them something a little bit more personal that you just can't buy, but something that we can actually make, and something that they can have on their desk that reminds them of us, and hopefully that they'll order more parts from us in the future. All right, so today the thing was we're gonna go through the financials, but I am tired as fuck right now. So let us figure out strategy. All right, I wanted to set a starting point for the Road 600K challenge. So let's set a starting point. I'll show you the company's progress, or just financials for the past 3 years, which is not been that great. In all honesty, it's been quite shit. So you can kind of get a sense of how fucked I've been. All right, so I want to show you what I use to track my finances. It's QuickBooks for anybody that's familiar with QuickBooks, but I use this QuickBooks online, and what I do with it is I track all my transactions and expenses and categorize all my transactions and it's all linked to my bank account, which makes it quite easy. So I'm gonna flip the camera. Essentially, you have these transactions here that are all from my bank account, and then they're categorized here, right? So basically all I'm gonna go through is make sure all these transactions are categorized accordingly, and once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my reports for 2023, 2024, and 2022. And then we can kind of get a good comparison, and you can see how the business has been doing and what the actual starting point is. I think it's gonna be fun to see this progress and take you guys through this whole journey when I hit the $600,000 of revenue. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the transactions. All right, finally done. Let's look at profit and loss. Okay, let's start with 2022. First year of business. Do 2022, do run report. All right. Basically, my income, total income, $54,941.47. Now, the cost of goods sold is what's needed to fulfill those orders. And you can see we had a whole bunch of tooling expenses because, well, tooling is just tooling you buy from the equipment supplier and machining supplier. So you have to buy a bunch of tools to set up the shop, essentially, like measurement equipment, end mills, calipers, etc. So anyway, that ballooned quite high, and then obviously the consultant that I hired that makes all the parts, I paid him $32,467, etc. So anyway, our gross profit is a negative $42,037, right? And then what was our net income? Negative $97,825.98. First year in business. Now, where the hell did that come from? All my investments in crypto, 401k, fucking everything, man. This is just gone. And this was right after I started working, 2 years into the workforce, graduated, etc. So you can see how I just got absolutely wrecked right here, right? This is 2022. Now, give me a second, let's pull up 2023. All right, so let's take a look at 2023. So my total income for 2023 is $135,000. Here, my cost of goods sold was actually less than my income, so I was profitable. 10% every order is essentially what I made, all right? And this was just through sheer stupidity on taking orders that didn't return too much money, right? Because I was quoting my ass into the ground, essentially. I mean, in the beginning, I quoted competitively, but I made all the parts. So that's why I was getting at least, I mean, I wasn't profitable, but I didn't have to worry about paying anybody to make the parts. And then I started paying somebody to make the parts, and I realized I was quoting myself into the ground. I was getting orders, but I wasn't profitable. And like a 10% on gross profit, like you can see our net is negative $55,395. Sorry, it's negative $55,395.84. So that's 2023. Now let's take a look if I learned my lesson in 2024. All right, so in 2024, here is my revenue, 119,169. So you can kind of see where my business lands in the ballpark. It's around $120,000 of revenue, at least at this current stage. So going to 600,000 is really gonna 5x my revenue, right?
And this is with very minimal marketing. So I can tell you in 2024, we basically had to close shop for a full quarter as well because of some personal things I was going through. So I didn't do any orders for at least 3 months. But you can see that our profitability increased substantially, right? I mean, it's not that great, but it is there. So we're at about $32,914. And then here are our expenses. So we're netting about negative $45,510. And I can tell you right now, there was a lot of expenses. I mean, I can give you one example. I spent $6,000 in advertising. I hired a Google Ads expert and I paid for Google Ads. This didn't return anything. So that's a whole thing $6,000 down the drain. And actually when I go back to my previous point, it's not about what you keep or make, it's about what you keep. You look at my gross margin, right, is 32,000 out of 119,000. So what is that? Let's pull up a calculator. So let's look at our gross margin. So 32,914.62 divided by 119,169.39 equals. All right, so it's about 27%, right, is our gross margin. Now, this is kind of shit, in all honesty. It's a lot worse than what I expected, but I do have some orders that are currently ongoing that I need to receive payments for. So I have about 15 grand of payments outstanding right now, but anyway, it's still kind of shit. But essentially, it's 27%, right? So let's just call it 25% for convenience sake. So for every $4 make, I keep $1 of profit in terms of just cost of goods sales, not net profit. So what did $6,000 of expense with zero return actually cost me? It cost me 6184.75 times 4. That's $25,000 of revenue just down the drain, right? Which is shitty. And this is a lesson that I just recently learned, like 3 months ago, because I was bullshitting my way through 2024 as well. 2025 is going to be the year where we really keep track of all of our expenses every week, and we just lock in, make more money, but that's where we're at, right? This type of manufacturing business is not for the faint of heart. I mean, you could already see how much I've lost over the past 3 years. But I think I have a good plan to profitability on how I can what I need to do to actually make some serious money. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even breaking even right now. So to go to 600,000, first we need to do a couple things. We need to understand what we're doing wrong with our current business model. One of the things is marketing. I don't think I'm doing that correct because we're not getting enough money in and just revenue in general. Because a lot of these things can be solved by making more revenue, because you see, we are profitable per order. Gross profit is 27%. So in general, if we just scale revenue 600K, we will run a profitable business. As we scale our revenue and we are 27% profitable per order, I honestly think that could be way higher, like in the 50 to 60% based on the recent orders I've done. And when I calculate the costs of that, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we can do to dial down that expense. But anyway, right now we're at 27%. So if we increase to $600,000 of revenue, you can imagine our profits at $600,000 of revenue is 600,000 times 0.27. That's $162,000, right? Now, our total expenses is $78,425. So minus $78,425. So that leaves a business with a net profit of $83,574.47. I mean, if that's just not optimizing anything. So that's where the superpower of marketing can come in. If I just market the shit out of my company and I just max out my capacity and I get orders and quotes in the door, just constant quotes, and do nothing else, I will run a profitable business. So that's the first thing. That's why phase one is marketing, and that's the that is the most important phase of this journey is $600,000. Really, we want to get our marketing system dialed in and locked in, because that's what's going to drive this company and make it profitable. Now, operations doesn't mean shit if you don't have orders to use those operations. So that's why the first two phases are literally the most critical. Now, after we do that, then in the operations phase, we can literally go line by line through every single expense we have and figure out a solution to that, to increase our profitability, to make sure our gross profitability is at that 55 to 60% that I imagine we can be at, and our net profitability, if we can maintain that with $600,000 of revenue, 1,000 times 0. Let's say 50%, 50. That's $300,000 of profit, right? If we optimize that, and then minus our expenses, which is $78,425.53. That means operations phase will help get us from that $83,000 of profit to $221,574 of profit. And so that's the goal for the 2026, right? 2025, market the shit out of the company. I mean, all of the 2025 can be focused on phase one. And if we literally scale and complete phase one to where I think we can, to $100,000 of quotes per month, we'll be set, at least for the next year. So it's going to be a long journey, and I imagine phase one is going to take the longest amount of time. Because, in all honesty, I'm by myself. I don't have an investor. I don't have a backer. I don't have introductions into these other companies. It's just me. So it's going to take a lot of time to really nail that segment. But once we do, this business is set. And it's just something I should have done 2 years ago. I mean, imagine if I had done or focused on marketing for 2 years at the level I'm focusing on it right now. I mean, we'd have been set. But I really just fucking dropped the ball in the first 2 years of the business and just didn't know what I was doing. And that's the thing. I mean, it's like what I said about the cold showers, right? Now, my ass is already, how much did I fucking lose? Okay, in total, 45,510.91 this year, plus, let's see what 2023 was like. 55,395 plus 2022, our worst year, 97,825. So I'm already $198,731 into the business, balls deep into this business. $200,000. Where the fuck did that money come from? I liquidated fucking everything. Balls deep. Not even worried anymore. This is just where I'm at.
not to mention my credit cards. I don't even want to fucking go there because my credit cards are all maxed, and it's just a shitty situation right now. But this is our starting point, right? Now, with going back to the cold showers, it was just, I'm here, I started this, I just said fuck it, I jumped in, bought the machine, did everything, fucked up. Now, it's gonna cause me more pain to back out than to just figure this shit out and make more money. So that's what I mean. And at a certain point, once you've been through enough of shit, you're not even scared anymore. Like, you're not even scared of shit that can happen. You're not even scared of losing money. I mean, you've been through fucking everything. And it takes about 5 years for a business to be successful in general. So I still have a ways to go, right? There's a lot of learnings that need to be done. And once you pass through that test, your business will be easy. I know it will. I mean, I've learned so much already, and I'm still making mistakes and I know I can be doing it much better. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up now. Like, you saw the starting point of the business. Now I gotta edit the video and post it and all of that, and I'm fucking tired. So I'll be working, and this is a typical day, man. Wake up at 5 a.m. It's already 6:30 p.m. I'll probably work another 3 hours, go to bed, and go to sleep, and go back to the studio and fall asleep. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in today. In all honesty, I'm pretty excited. So thanks for tuning in today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday, we're gonna get back to work bright and early, full day here at the shop. And we have our whole robotic loader project going on. So Saturday, I'm gonna make a content plan on what I want to film then. Today was just off the cuff. I just didn't know. But anyway, see you guys later.